Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Elliot Wave Master Course Beginner Part 7. In this part, we're going to learn about diagonals and its importance. Now, why are diagonals important? Diagonals are also one high probability setup in the market. After the diagonals are formed, we can easily find out the next direction of the market with relative ease, and how fast will the market move is something which we are going to see in this part. Now, diagonals based on their structure can be classified into two: contracting diagonals like this, or expanding, right? Truth be told, in the expanding case, R.N. Elliot, the man himself, there was no such expanding diagonal. Later on, Robert Prechter and his team, the Elliott Wave International, whatever you want to call them, I don't remember the name exactly. So those guys have found a pattern repeating a lot of times. So they have called it the expanding diagonal, right? To be honest with you guys, expanding diagonal is not something which you find often in the market. Sometimes when you find an expanding diagonal, after the diagonal, there are some patterns which need to be followed. They are not followed much. So most likely, expanding diagonals are very, very rare, even if it happens. So I am not going to consider that as a teaching portion for you. If you really want to learn expanding diagonal, you can have a look at it in Google, but trust me, it is not worth it right now. So our focus is going to be on contracting diagonals, and the next part, wave formation. So where does this diagonal form is the main part. Okay, so if the diagonal forms in your wave A, okay, if the diagonal forms in your wave A or wave 1, then it is called leading diagonal. The name leading starts the word lead, meaning it is the beginning of any wave. Okay, wave A and wave 1 is the beginning. If a diagonal is formed in the wave 1 or wave A, it is called leading diagonal. Okay, if a diagonal is formed in wave C or wave 5, where the market or the structure wave is going to finish, it is called ending diagonal, ED. This is called leading diagonal, LD. Okay, keep that in mind. So the diagonal structure itself is the same. Where they form, right, where they form is the name which we give them just for identification purpose. The structure of the diagonal itself is the same. The structural basis, we are following what? Your contracting ending diagonal. In that, there are two forms, which is your leading, ending. Just diagonal itself is the same structure. There's no difference. Where they form only will give you the name. If it forms in wave A or wave 1, it is called leading diagonal, LD. If it forms in wave C or wave 5, it is called your ending diagonal, ED. Okay, I hope this is clear, and let's quickly look at how they look in the market now. If you see this example, I have marked an ending and leading diagonal for you. Okay, this is just an example, and here what you must know, the rules is very simple. Okay, the diagonal structure is the same, right? Where it forms, it only will give the name leading and ending, that's all. So we are going to learn the structure first. Okay, that is more important for us. So in the structure, the number one rule in the structure is your wave 1 is the biggest wave, right? Next is your wave 3, and then wave 5. So in this example, you're thinking, yes, okay, this entire thing is wave 3, it's the biggest compared to wave 1. No, if you measure the distance, actual range of wave 3, it is smaller than your wave 1. This is the illusion of the eye. In the market, you have some illusions, you think that this is the bigger wave. No, if you measure the range, you will know that your wave 1 is bigger in this case. Okay, so again, your wave 1 is the biggest compared to wave 3, and then your smallest wave is your wave 5. This is a 100% valid rule for a diagonal structure. This is a very, very important rule for diagonal. It has to be the main rule. Okay, next, the difference between a diagonal and an impulsive wave comes here. What is it? The difference here is that your wave 4, right? Your wave 4 will enter the region of wave 1. You must remember in your early impulsive rules, I told you that impulse wave 4 never comes inside the wave 1. Okay, wave 4 never comes inside wave 1. It has to terminate above or away from your wave 1. It can never come inside the range. But in your diagonal, this will come inside your range. This is the second major important rule to identify a diagonal. Okay, first one you already know, diagonal will form only in wave 1, wave A, or wave 5, or wave C. So whenever this wave is going on and you see you're in this wave and you see, okay, this is an impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3 is not bigger than wave 1. Okay, on light tube light should, you should get a tube light suggesting, okay, yes, maybe it is ending diagonal or diagonal form. And then when your wave 4, it will come inside your wave 1, you will understand for guarantee, yes, this is an ending diagonal or a leading diagonal structure. It's a diagonal form. I should get prepared for the next phase of a trending move. In your advanced concepts, you will know in the beginning itself if this diagonal is going to be made. There are some indicators which will help you understand the structure very, very closely. In your intermediate stage, you will learn how to calculate all these moves. Okay, you will learn how to calculate all these moves. Simple. Next rule here is your wave 4 is comparatively smaller than your wave 2. So the name contracting means everything is becoming smaller towards the end. Okay, that is the meaning of contraction. It is squeezing. So your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 is smaller than wave 1. Wave 4 goes inside your wave 1 range, right? It breaks the wave 1 range, goes, and then your wave 5. After this, your next trending phase will start. Okay, this is a high probability setup. If you have been following my YouTube videos recently, you have seen in the bonds market, we have seen this kind of pattern and it has played out perfectly. It has a 90% accuracy rate. If you have identified the proper diagonal, then you know that the market will give you the proper trending move after that. Okay, so now same thing in this example as well. You can see first wave 1, 2, and then wave 3 is smaller than your wave 1. Wave 4 just breaks inside the range of wave 1. Slightly it breaks even by 1 point. And then your wave 5 is the smallest. After this is a high probability setup. Again, I said, after this, you will get a very, very fast trending move. Okay, that is the reason why we study your diagonals. So just to have a look at the structure, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. In all diagonals, this is a contracting form of diagonal. We are studying contracting only. This is our area of focus. In this, your wave 1 is the biggest length, then your wave 3, then your wave 5. Okay, wave 5 is the smallest. Within your corrections, wave 2 and wave 4, your wave 2 is greater than your wave 4, and wave 4 comes inside the range of your wave 1, right? It closes within the range of your wave 1. That is very, very important to note. Okay, this is your diagonal structure. Kindly rewatch the video or write your own notes in this and write it in the comments so that you can come back later and find out. Now, one question I'm going to ask all of you is that wave B, right? Can wave B form a diagonal or not? This is the question I'm asking you. Can wave B form diagonal or not? Put your answer in the comments. Does not have to be right and wrong. If you, whatever you think is the answer, put it in the comments. I will reply to it. Okay. Is wave B, is it possible for a diagonal to be formed in wave B? Okay. I'll see you in the next part.